Are Jedi Padawans child soldiers? Yes. There is no doubt that most Jedi Padawans are child soldiers. A few Padawans are over 18 years of age, so we can't say all, but most Padawans, especially the Padawans we get stories of, are under 18 and as such would be minors, assuming that 18 is the age of maturity in Star Wars, which I believe is a safe assumption to make. In canon, we have 3 Jedi Padawans where the story explicitly makes clear that they are child soldiers: Ahsoka Tano, Cal Kestis, and Caleb Dune. Ahsoka Tano, the Padawan of Anakin Skywalker, is clearly written intended to be 13 years of age during the Battle of Christophsis, as her canon age places her at 17 years old during Order 66. 3 years younger than that, she would be 13-14. Give or take, because we don't know where months are aligned. And Ahsoka may have matured fast, but that does not excuse the fact that she was still a minor when she served in the Clone Wars with the rank of Commander, which not only makes her a child soldier, but a child officer, which goes for all the Jedi Padawans who were all Jedi Commanders. And the Ahsoka series makes it clear that she was a child even more than the animated series ever did. In episode 5 of the Ahsoka show, Shadow Warrior, Ahsoka experiences a Force vision, has experience in the war between worlds, and the creators behind the show made the choice to have a child actor depict Ahsoka during those scenes. By having an actual child, a person who's actually under the age of 18 play Ahsoka, she looked to be about 13-14. This clearly shows to us, the audience, that Ahsoka was a child during the war, more so than the anime series could ever convey. Cal Kestis is also clearly under 18 during the Clone Wars. While there is no official canon age for Cal, Cameron Monaghan, who played Cal, stated that Cal was 13 during Order 66. And given that Cal became a Padawan 3 years earlier, as based in the novel The Brotherhood, would then make him 10 when the war was started, even younger than Ahsoka. But without knowing Cal's exact birthday or canon age, there is still some flexibility to age him up just a little bit. But regardless, Cal is still a minor during the war, and the trauma of the war still haunts him, especially the trauma of Order 66, though that wasn't entirely the Jedi's fault. And one of the conversations Cal has with Moran in Star Wars Jedi Survivor confirms that Cal was a child during the war. So even though we don't have the canon age, we do have dialogue confirming he was a child. And The Last Jedi, as a clear example of Jedi Padawans being child soldiers, is Caleb Dune, also and better known as Canon Jarrus from Star Wars Rebels. Caleb is depicted as older than Cal but younger than Ahsoka, 3 years younger than Ahsoka to be exact, as his canon age places him at 14 during Order 66, so still fairly young and regardless still a child soldier. I also want to bring up 2 interesting examples: Anakin Skywalker and Barriss Offee. Starting with Anakin, while the math indicates he was 19 when the war started, his behavior during Attacks of Clones makes him seem younger, more like 17 rather than 19. Regardless, Anakin is barely an adult when the war started, and was clearly not mature enough to be a general, let alone just in the war in general. But Barriss Offee is an even more interesting case, as we do not have a canon age for her. But we do have a Legends age, which conflicts with how she was depicted in the episodes of Star Wars The Clone Wars she appears in. In Legends, Barriss is stated to be 1 year younger than Anakin Skywalker, and this barely makes her an adult when the war started, just like it does with Anakin. But in her episodes of the Clone Wars, namely the episodes that dealt with the second invasion of Geonosis, the way they wrote Barriss and how they paired her up with Ahsoka during the episode makes Barriss seem a lot closer in age to Ahsoka than Anakin. And we know Ahsoka is a child during the war, and at best, they depicted her as a year older than Ahsoka during those episodes. And while I do prefer having Barriss speak her Legends age, we cannot ignore how they chose to depict her as being close in age to Ahsoka, and as such also depicted her as a child soldier. But this is all ignoring the elephant in the room. Palpatine, Darth Sidious. Palpatine manipulated everyone and orchestrated the war. It is extremely likely, almost a certainty, that Palpatine asked the Jedi Council to have all Jedi serve as generals and commanders in the war, regardless if they were a Jedi Master, a Jedi Knight, or a Jedi Padawan. And furthermore, I wouldn't be surprised if he made it look like it was the Jedi's choice to do that he never asked, and I bet he made that look that way to the public and to the other Jedi. The Jedi Order, though, had lost their way. They had become too attached to the Republic, making decisions based off of not the will of the Force or the needs of the people of the galaxy, but based off of what was the needs of the Republic and the politicians and, of course, of the Supreme Chancellor. The Jedi Council made political decisions, not moral decisions. Palpatine maneuvered the Jedi to be in a place politically where they would send their Padawans to war, even though it was the morally wrong choice. Palpatine wanted the Jedi to lose their way. He wanted the people to lose their faith in the Jedi. He wanted Jedi to lose their faith in the Jedi, especially Anakin. He wanted the Jedi Order to fail and for the Jedi Order to fall, and the Jedi Order fell for it hook, line, and sinker. So while the Jedi Padawans were child soldiers, the truth is much darker. The truth is that the Republic, thus Palpatine and the Sith, allowed, nay, encouraged, the use of Jedi Padawans as child soldiers in the Clone Wars to undermine and destroy the Jedi. And this does not even touch on how the clone troopers were also chronologically under 18 years of age and a slave army. But that is a future video. But I would like to hear your thoughts on this. This is not even serious. This is canon. There's no way you could argue Jedi Padawans were child soldiers. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. Some condemnation of the Republic and the Supreme Chancellor's Grand Order, as well as the Jedi Council who should have known better. Thank you for watching my video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to give this video a like and share. Also, consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date on all my latest content. You can also stay up to date on my content by following me on social media. I have a link tree down in the description which has all my social media links on it. Additionally, if you would like to support the channel, you can become a channel member and get early access to all my videos. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good day, a good night, wherever you are. May the Force be with you always.